Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey, Cowboys Nation. Today we're diving into a story that's shaking the very foundations of the NFL, and it's happening right now in real time. Something unexpected, something game-changing. We're talking about the blockbuster trade that just sent shockwaves across the league, involving one of the most talented safeties in the league, Budda. Yes, the Arizona Cardinals star safety has officially been traded to the Dallas Cowboys. I know, your jaw probably just dropped. How could this be? What does this mean for the Cowboys, for Baker, and for the entire NFL landscape? Well, buckle up because this is one of those stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat for the entire video. Let's start with the announcement itself. On November 3rd, 2025, a deal was confirmed that has been brewing behind the scenes for some time, but only just became public. The Cowboys, always looking to bolster their defense, finally pulled the trigger on a move that many analysts have been speculating about for weeks. The trade involves none other than Budda, a player who has become synonymous with defensive excellence, leadership, and versatility in the NFL. Just think about it. How often do you see a safety of Baker's caliber available for trade, especially at this crucial point in the season? It's rare, and it signals that the Cowboys are not just aiming for a playoff run. They're aiming to dominate the league by addressing a critical weakness in their secondary. Now, I want you to imagine the scene. The Cowboys, sitting comfortably in the NFC playoff picture, but aware of the stiff competition from teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and even rival NFC contenders, decide that they need that extra spark. And that spark comes in the form of Budda, a player who has been the heartbeat of the Arizona Cardinals' defense since he entered the league. Baker, known for his aggressive style, football IQ, and leadership, is a player that elevates everyone around him. His ability to read plays, make crucial tackles, and provide leadership in the back end is unmatched. The Cowboys, with their rich defensive tradition, now add an elite piece that can change the game in an instant. But let's pause for a moment and analyze what this move really means for the Cowboys' defense. Since the 2020 season, when Baker truly established himself as one of the top safeties in the NFL, he's been a consistent presence, racking up impressive stats, leading the league in tackles among safeties in multiple seasons, and earning Pro Bowl honors. His instincts, combined with his athleticism, make him a nightmare for opposing offenses. The Cowboys' secondary has always been solid, but with Baker, they get that extra edge, more playmaking ability, more leadership, and a player who can step into multiple roles, whether as a deep safety or in the box as a hybrid linebacker. Think about the implications for the Cowboys scheme. The defense under coordinator Dan Quinn has been aggressive, relying on versatile safeties to disguise coverages and create turnovers. Baker's arrival could mean more complex coverages, more blitz packages, and a general boost in the team's ability to force turnovers. We've seen how critical turnovers can be, especially in close playoff games. Baker's knack for creating turnovers, whether through forced fumbles or interceptions, could be a game-changer in crunch time. Now, what about the flip side? The Arizona Cardinals are losing a player who's not just a star but a cornerstone of their defense. Since entering the league, Baker has been a pillar of consistency and intensity. His leadership on and off the field has earned him respect from teammates and opponents alike. The Cardinals, battling their own rebuild and roster challenges, now face the difficult task of filling a void that's hard to replace. Baker's departure leaves a significant gap in their secondary, and it raises questions about their future defensive strategy. How will they adapt without him? Will they look to draft a young safety or make other trades? Or will they rely more on their existing personnel, perhaps shifting responsibilities to other players like Marco Wilson or Jalen Thompson? For the fans of the Cardinals, this is undoubtedly a tough pill to swallow. Baker has been a fan favorite, not just because of his playmaking, but because of his passion and leadership. His energy is contagious, and losing such a player impacts team chemistry and morale. Yet in the NFL, change is constant, and this trade might be a catalyst for the Cardinals to accelerate their rebuilding process or to focus on acquiring draft capital to build for the future. Meanwhile, the Cowboys are celebrating this move as a major victory. The fan base, always hungry for a Super Bowl, sees Baker's arrival as a statement of intent. It's a clear sign that the team's management is serious about contending now, not just in the coming years. The question is, how quickly will Baker integrate into the Cowboys' defense? Will he be able to adapt seamlessly to their system? Given his football intelligence and experience, most signs point to a quick transition. Still, there's always an adjustment period, especially with a new team, new teammates, and new schemes. Looking at Baker's statistics, his impact is undeniable. Over the past few seasons, he's consistently ranked among the league leaders in tackles, with averages often exceeding 100 tackles per season. His coverage skills have improved markedly, and he's become a reliable force in critical situations. His leadership qualities are evident in how he commands the back end of the defense, making adjustments and rallying his teammates. In terms of special plays, Baker has been responsible for numerous turnovers, interceptions, forced fumbles that have directly influenced the outcomes of games. For the Cowboys, this isn't just a player acquisition, it's a statement move. It says, we're all in, especially at a time when every game counts more than ever. The NFL playoffs are looming, and a team's ability to make key plays in critical moments often determines their fate. Baker's arrival could translate into more wins, more turnovers, and ultimately a deeper playoff run. But it also raises the stakes for the entire defense. Can they gel quickly? Can they adapt to Baker's play style and maximize his talents? These are questions that only time will answer, but the initial signs are promising. Now, let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture. How does this move compare to other recent blockbuster trades in the NFL? Well, the league has been no stranger to seismic shifts in recent years. Think about the trades involving star quarterbacks or top-tier defensive players. What makes Baker's trade so interesting is that it's a move by a team that's already competitive and has playoff aspirations, rather than a rebuilding franchise. It's a calculated risk, and if it pays off, it could be the move that elevates the Cowboys into serious Super Bowl contenders. And what about the other teams? The Eagles, for example, have been dominant in the NFC, and with this addition, the Cowboys are signaling they're not just here to participate. They're here to compete at the highest level. Other NFC teams will surely take notice, and this trade could shift the balance of power in the conference. The league is always a chess match, and moves like this are the gambits that can determine who plays in February. Furthermore, considering the upcoming games, the Cowboys' schedule becomes even more intriguing. How will Baker's presence impact their upcoming matchups? Will he be able to step into the starting lineup immediately, or will there be an adjustment period? The next few weeks will be critical in assessing how quickly he can influence the team's defensive scheme and overall performance. The fans, of course, are already buzzing on social media. Some are ecstatic, calling it a game changer, while others are cautiously optimistic, knowing that integrating a new star into a team's chemistry can sometimes be challenging. But one thing's for sure, this move has ignited a fire in the Cowboys community. The anticipation for his debut and the potential for game-changing plays has everyone talking. Looking ahead, what might this mean for the Cowboys' draft strategy? Will they now focus on bolstering their linebacker core or adding depth along the defensive line? It's clear that their front office is thinking big. The addition of Baker might also influence their approach to free agency or other trades, as they aim to create a well-rounded, championship-ready squad. Now I want to talk about the coaching perspective. Dan Quinn, known for his aggressive, creative defensive schemes, now has a new piece to work with. How will he utilize Baker's skills? Will we see more blitz packages? Will Baker be used in various roles, maybe even as a hybrid linebacker at times? The coaching staff's ability to maximize Baker's talents could be the difference between a good defense and an elite one. Let's not forget the impact on the locker room. The presence of a leader like Baker can elevate the entire defense, motivate younger players, and create a culture of accountability. It's not just about the plays he makes on the field, but also about the leadership and attitude he brings off the field. That kind of influence can be contagious, leading to a more cohesive and resilient team. As we look into the future, the key question is, how will Baker adapt to Dallas's scheme, and how soon can we expect to see him making an impact? Given his track record, it's reasonable to assume he'll be a quick study. But football is a complex sport, and integrating into a new system always takes some time. The next few games will be critical in determining how this trade influences the team's overall performance. And of course, we'll be watching closely, monitoring his performances, analyzing game film, and seeing how the entire defense evolves with this new addition. If Baker hits the ground running, the Cowboys could very well become one of the most feared defenses in the league. If there's an adjustment period, well, then this story becomes even more interesting to follow, as everyone will be eager to see how quickly they can gel. Now, how does this affect the NFL landscape beyond just the Cowboys? Well, other teams will be watching closely. They'll analyze how Baker performs in Dallas, whether it's a good fit, and what it might mean for their own defensive strategies. This trade could set a precedent for more aggressive moves by contenders looking to make a splash before the trade deadline or in the offseason. To wrap things up, I think we're all witnessing a pivotal moment for the Dallas Cowboys. The addition of Budda Baker signals a clear intent to contend now, not later. It's a bold move, one that could pay huge dividends if everything clicks into place. The NFL is unpredictable, full of surprises, and this trade adds yet another layer of excitement to what promises to be an exhilarating finish to the 2025 season. But ultimately, the real story here isn't just about the trade itself. It's about the stories that will unfold on the field. Can Baker help lead the Cowboys deep into the playoffs? Will his leadership inspire a turnaround in Dallas's fortunes? Those are questions only time can answer. One thing's for sure, fans of the Cowboys, and NFL fans in general, should stay tuned because this story is far from over. It's a new chapter in the Cowboys' quest for greatness, and I, for one, can't wait to see how it all unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and IT makes a big difference. Thank you. Now, let's continue with the big reveal. So what's next? Well, the immediate focus will be on how Baker integrates into Dallas's defense. Will he start in the next game? Will his presence change the way the Cowboys approach their upcoming opponents? We'll be watching his first few snaps, analyzing his positioning, his communication with teammates, and his impact on the overall defensive scheme. And remember, this isn't just about a single player. It's about how the entire team responds to this new dynamic. The coaching staff will have to find the right balance, the right calls, and the right chemistry to maximize Baker's talents. Furthermore, this move might influence other teams' strategies. Will rival NFC teams now look to target the Cowboys' secondary more aggressively? Will they try to exploit any possible chemistry issues that might arise early on? The league is always a chess match, and every move counts. Baker's arrival could shift the balance in the NFC, giving Dallas a new edge they desperately need to push deeper into the postseason. And let's not forget the fans. The excitement around Baker's debut is palpable. Social media is already buzzing with predictions, memes, and debates about how he'll perform. Some fans are envisioning game-changing plays, big hits, and clutch interceptions, while others are cautious, reminding everyone that it takes time for new players to gel with the team. That's the beauty of football. Every game is a new story, and this trade just added another chapter filled with anticipation and hope. Looking even further ahead, the off-season plans will likely revolve around this move. Will the Cowboys pursue other defensive upgrades? Will they focus on drafting or signing additional talent to complement Baker's skills? The front office's job is far from over, and this trade might be just the beginning of a series of strategic moves aimed at building a championship-caliber roster. As we analyze the bigger picture, it's clear that this trade isn't just about immediate gains. Although those are significant, it's also about long-term vision. The Cowboys are signaling that they're willing to invest heavily in their defense, in their quest for a Super Bowl. With Baker now in the fold, they have a player who can anchor that defense for years to come. And that, my friends, is what makes this move so exciting and so crucial for the franchise's future. In conclusion, the trade of Budda Baker to the Dallas Cowboys is a story that will resonate for months, possibly years. It's a move that signifies intent, ambition, and a relentless pursuit of greatness. Whether it leads to a Super Bowl victory or not, it's already a chapter that will be remembered in Cowboys history. The next few weeks will be critical. Watch closely, analyze every play, and stay tuned because this is just the beginning of what promises to be an epic ride. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Dallas Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news.